Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped, back for another OPTC video, and in today's video we are taking the Pirate King Goldie Roger into Revolutionary Army 2. So for this team, the units we are bringing are VV Rebecca, we have V2 Rayleigh, we have Ivankov, and we have Chopper. So for this particular team, we are using V2 Rayleigh as the super type trigger for our Goldie Rogers, but you can bring someone like Odin instead if you want to. Rayleigh just gives a chain lock and he's a universal orb booster. He does damage reduction. He's just a really solid unit, the 6+ V2 Rayleigh. Next we have VV Rebecca. VV Rebecca's switchability is just absolutely godly. They're going to basically keep us alive with their healing as well as giving us a chain lock every single turn. Their special's also going to come in handy too with their the damage buff removals. Next we have Ivankov. Ivankov is another defensive unit on this team. They're going to give us plenty of healing as well as give us damage reduction when we use their switch abilities. They're also really good at removing bind, despair, poison, all that sort of stuff as well. They're just an absolute godly rare recruit. And finally we have Chopper. Chopper is here to also remove bind and despair, but we mainly got him on here for his healing and his attack down removal. So Chopper's big upside to being on this team is the fact that he can just remove attack down. So on to stage 3, we come up against Hack and a bunch of little enemies. They give us 3 turns of attack down, and this is where we are going to use our Chopper special. So Chopper's going to remove that, and he is also going to give us a heal as we do get a 50% HP cut. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use our Roger special just to basically wipe out the lackeys in the back, and then we can hit our goods and kill Hack on the second turn, just so we can stall out a little bit here just to get as much healing back as possible. Make sure you're using the switch abilities of Ivankov, that way we can get some damage reduction too. So when Hack does hit us, it's not going to do too much damage. But just with the switch ability of VV Becca, we should have plenty of damage to kill Hack, and we don't have to take him out with the turn that we use the Roger special. We really just want to use Roger special to remove the lackeys in the back. On to stage 4 now, we come up against the Karma girls. We have Ivankov and the other two. Ivankov is going to bind and despair our captain for 7 turns. So ideally with sockets, it's going to go down to 4. I didn't have max despair sockets because I didn't really care about it because I'm rocking Roger as a leader. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use the switch ability of Ivankov and then use their special to remove the gloom and bind. So make sure that you have Ivankov down the bottom somewhere as your middle row and your captains get their specials rewinded. So very important that you actually have Ivankov down the bottom somewhere. But with the switch ability of VV Becca, we can take out the redhead girl in the back, and we can tank a shot there as we have damage reduction. Then on the second turn, we can use the switch ability of VV Rebecca again for the chain lock, and that way we can take out Ivankov on this particular stage. After you kill Ivankov, the other girl just sort of runs away, so don't worry about her. We won't see her anytime soon. Alright, on to the next stage. We come up against Sabo Koala. Sabo Koala have like a Haki interrupt, but Roger just says nope, and he just removes that. That ability is just so damn broken, but Sabo and Koala give us a full board of badly matching orbs, and they make every color unmatching as well for 3 turns, which is pretty annoying. This is where we get the normal attacks only debuff as well. Not much we can do about that. So what we're going to do here is we are going to use our Liberal Hind special to give us some cooldown on our Psy units. Very important that we're using that special every time we get it. So we're basically going to take 3 turns to take out Sabo Koala here, but if we use the special of Roger, we can get a pretty high attack boost, and that way we can take out Koala on the first turn, and then we can just stall out the color barrier over the next turn using the defensive effects of VV Rebecca for the healing and Ivankov for the defense up, or the damage reduction. On the third turn, Sabo just sort of does like a huge hit, so make sure that you do kill him, on the 4th turn he does, but make sure you kill him on that 3rd turn, so you don't have to worry about that. If he does that, you're pretty much dead. Like, there's not much else I can say there. You're pretty much dead. So now that we've killed Sabo, when Sabo dies, he is going to full heal and run away. On stage 6, we come up against Morley. Now, Morley's fairly annoying, and this is where the effects of Ivankov and VV Rebecca and the Liberal Hind's healing really come into play. So, on the first turn, Morley has a 5-turn resilience. He puts up 2 turns of defense up and 2 turns of threshold. Now, after those 2 turns, he's going to put up another 5 turns of each of them, and every single turn he's going to rotate your orbs into Dex orbs, which is really annoying. It means that you can't farm up meat orbs on this particular stage, but it's not the end of the world, as we do have pinch healing with our Chopper and Ivankov and VV Rebecca unit. So when we go get our health low enough, we are going to utilize that. So there you guys go. You just saw the 5 turns get procced. So we do need to continuously stall out that resilience buff. And now we need to stall out the defensive effects as well. So we don't have anyone on this team that can remove the threshold. There's really not much we can do, but this is a good time to get our specials back as well. So not the end of the world here. Make sure you're using the switchability of VV Becker every single turn. That's very, very important, as much healing as we can possibly get is going to give you very, very beneficial. Every single turn, I think he does around 21k or something like that. So with this team, we have around 51,000 HP, so we can tank quite a few shots. He attacks every 2 turns as well, which is really handy. Just more beneficial for us to stall and get some healing back. As you guys can see there, with the pinch healing of our 3 units and the liberal hind with the switchability of VV Rebecca, we can heal up for about 6k, which is really, really good. So now that the resilience is gone, we just need to stall out the 2 turns of the defense up in the threshold. As I mentioned, make sure you're hitting those perfects, as we can get about 6.6k healing every single turn, which is really, really good. Keeps us alive. The orb shuffle to Dex is fairly annoying as well. If that wasn't there, this would be a lot easier, just purely because we can get some RNG with some meat orbs, but it is what it is, and I guess that's what makes the Morley stage as hard as it is. Alright, so now that the defensive abilities are gone, we can actually start doing some damage to Morley. What we're going to do here now is we're actually going to use our Ivankov special though, as we do need some healing, because we can't take another shot from Morley himself. We're going to use the Liberal Hind special once again, as we can get cooldowns for our Psi units. And with pinch healing once again, we can heal up quite a bit. Now I have a lot of recovery candy on my Ivankov, but 16k is just so much healing. So much healing. We're going to take the next 2 turns to basically just start withering away at Morley's HP. So this is where you can just start doing normal attacks and just start taking him down. With the switchability of Vivi and Becca giving us a 2.5 times chain lock, it helps us out quite a lot, just getting a lot of extra damage. Make sure you are switching with Ivankov as well on the turn where he does attack, as you do want to make sure that you are tanking fairly well. Without that damage reduction, he does an extra something like 7k or something like that. So very, very important that we are utilizing the switchability of Ivankov whenever we can. Once we get down to the end of the auto heal that Ivankov gives us, that's basically when we're going to move on from this stage. Not that it's super essential, but we do want to try and stall out the for the Ivankov special to come back, as that just healing mechanic that they give is just really, really good. They're also fairly important, as we're going to need them again on the Lindbergh stage, I'm pretty sure. Every single turn too, I forgot to mention, Morley gives us a 1.1 times chain lock, so switching with VV Rebecca actually is just purely for the heal. So everything I said about switching and getting the extra damage with the VV Rebecca switchability and the chain lock, that's incorrect. Just ignore that. But they do give orb rotation, which is quite nice. Alright, so now that we've come down to the end here, the auto heal's gone, and we can't really tank another shot from Morley, so we are going to use our Roger special to give us an attack buff, and then we can take out Morley right before he's going to take us out. On to the next stage now, we come up against Bello Betty and a bunch of Marine Girls. Bello Betty gives us 3 turns of attack down, she gives herself 5 turns of attack up, and she paralyzes our crew for 3 turns. So this is where we're going to use the Chopper special once again. Chopper's going to give us 3 turns of auto heal as well. And once we use the Chopper special, we can use the Liberal Hind special again to give us cooldowns for our Ivankov, Chopper, and Roger. That's special. I love it so much. The Liberal Hind is hands down my favorite chip in the game. Whenever I can run it, I definitely will, even if I'm not using a full team of Psi units. As long as your captain is Free Spirit, Slasher, or Cerebral, you are going to get the 1.6 times effect, and just any Psi units are just going to get buffed greatly from that special that gives them cooldown. So we can use his normal attacks and the switch ability of VV Rebecca here to take out Bello Betty fairly easily. And then we can move on to stage 8 against Lindbergh. Against Lindbergh, he is going to bind and paralyze us for 4 turns. So what we want to do here is we want to utilize the switch ability of Ivankov to remove the bind, the paralysis, and then we're going to use their special on the second turn to remove the bind. Once you use their special, unfortunately you can't use their switch ability, so you do miss out on the damage reduction as well as the paralysis removal. But they do give us 5 turns of healing, as we saw on the Morley stage, so that's going to be fairly handy at tanking the damage that Lindbergh inflicts on us at that, or on that first stage, or that first turn, I should say. Every single turn, Lindbergh is going to double attack, but we do have 5 turns of auto heal. He also has end of turn as well. But with that auto heal that we get from the Ivankov special, it is going to help us out quite a bit at getting our health back. We are going to use the Roger special on the second turn after using the Ivankov special though, just so we can get a huge attack buff, and then we can wipe out Lindbergh easy claps. On to the second last stage against Karasu now. Karasu puts up 2 turns of threshold, and he also glooms us, but the gloom doesn't matter too much as we are using Roger as our leader. Roger's just going to remove that, but unfortunately we do have to stall out the threshold. Now we do still have the auto heal from our Ivankov unit, so the damage that gets inflicted to us from Karasu isn't really an issue. When he tries to remove our buffs though, we do have the second Roger ability to just come in and negate his haki, or his removal of our buffs, which is really handy because we don't want to lose that auto heal. Just basically keeps us at a nice healthy HP pool. So now that Karasu's defense or threshold is gone, we can start doing some damage. So we're going to switch with our VV Becker for the chain lock once again. Make sure you're switching with Ivankov. Very important that you are utilizing that damage reduction, guys, as it will keep you guys alive, as well as using the healing that VV Rebecca provides. After that third turn of doing damage, Karasu unfortunately does the same thing he does on turn 1. He gives us a threshold, gives us gloom, but Roger's going to remove the gloom, and then we can just basically stall out that threshold once again. Make sure you are using the Liberal Hind special, as you guys saw there. I am utilizing the Liberal Hind special as soon as I get it, giving my 4 Psi units cooldown whenever I can. It is just really handy getting that cooldown, as it makes this run just a lot smoother. Revolutionary Army 2 isn't that all overly difficult, as they don't have too many cutting effects like Dofi 2 does. On Heavenly Demon 2, if you just take 4 turns on a stage, they just kill you. Where on this particular piece of content, they just do nasty effects, and then their normal attacks will kill you. But as long as you just bring damage reductions and healers, usually you can just get around the content fairly fine. So once Karasu's defense or threshold goes away again, we can use the VV Becker special to give us a 2 times color affinity, and then with the super typing of Roger, we can actually get a full board of orbs. And as you guys can see there, we can just absolutely clap Karasu with our 2 green units. I didn't even have to attack with Rayleigh though. On the final stage, we come up against Sabo and Koala again in their dual form. they give us 2 turns of specials, like, so you can only use 2 specials in the turn. And they give us a full board of block orbs, which is fairly annoying. So what we're actually going to do here is we're going to use our Rayleigh special. Rayleigh's going to give us a 2 times orb boost and a 3 times chain lock. And then we can use the super typing of our Roger unit to give us a full board of orbs. Finally, with Roger's special, we're going to get, I think, upwards of a 3 times attack. I wasn't sure how much damage we did on Karasu, but I think we did over 3 mil. So this should be a 3 times attack for our entire crew. And then with just normal attacks, we can just absolutely destroy Sabo and Koala. Not a worry. So there you guys go. That was the Pirate King, Goldie Roger, taking down Garp's Challenge Revolutionary 2. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. If you want to stay up to date with more OPTC content I post, hit that big red subscribe button too. But guys, most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day. As always, I thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Lights!